we're not shoving this shit down anymore. It's got to come up and out, and we've got to offer it back to the light. Whatever it is, whatever your anger is anchored in, get to it. I like to think that I'm a nice guy and believe that I demonstrate that consistently. However, there is a pit of anger that keeps surfacing. My mind races and I don't like what I experience. Thoughts on how to clear this? Yeah, there's a lot of things. I think how weirdly I want to say this, and just please listen to the whole thing before you start judging what I'm saying. Trump is here to help bring the underbelly up, whether it's the underbelly in you and the anger you have about past experiences or crap that's happened in your life, or if it's about the collective. There are energies and programs and ancestral lineage of things that are bubbling forward. I'm not a proponent of Trump. I'm not agreeing with how he does anything that he does. But what I'm telling you is he is providing a template for people to believe in themselves and communicate it in a way that resonates for you. And hopefully that this is speaking to light workers, not to the people that just want to, spew out the underbelly. I'm saying light workers, because that's who typically watches my channel. People on the awakening journey. Take that template. He studied with Norman Vincent Peale, and he knows how to believe in yourself and how to make the impossible possible. He's a master manifester. We don't agree with how he does it, and that's okay. Well, I don't. But learn from him, right? So learn from him how to really believe in yourself. So that's one. Number two, honor that you've identified there's something deep within you, instead of ignoring it or not wanting to show your ugly side of being angry. Embrace it, welcome it, because the only way is through it. If you shove it down, which is what's been happening, and that's what he's here to help bring up, is we're not shoving this shit down anymore. It's got to come up and out, and we've got to offer it back to the light. Whatever it is, whatever your anger is anchored in, get to it. Figure out what it is. Really figure it out, because it's not going to go away on its own. And when you hold it in your body, when you keep it in there, that's what creates disease. That's what creates dis-ease in your body, mentally, physically, spiritually. It holds you back from ascending because you keep going back to that thought, right? You keep going back to, ooh, that anger. You keep going back to, ooh, that person, that thing that happened to me. Like, there are really terrible things that happen to people, really terrible things. And to clear that can take years, if not decades. It doesn't have to, but oftentimes it does, because it's something that was ingrained so deep. It hit us so hard. It just went in so deep. And if we didn't bring it up and deal with it right then, the years that we just compacted it holds a heaviness. And when we take, 20, 30, 40, 50 years to hold something so tightly, sometimes it takes another 10, 20 years to unravel it. But again, it doesn't have to. And this is also another place where a lot of psychedelics can come in and can be helpful to really get to that, because we put things into our subconscious mind and we don't want to access it. And somewhere the key got thrown away and we're like, I don't even know how to get to what that is, but I feel it. And in a safe set and setting, there's tons of data now on MDMA. We're hoping and praying that in 2024 that will become available and be really a resource for vets and for anyone who's suffered from PTSD. There's also, I'm sure, going to be a lot of off-label usage. There already is in the underground. You'll have to look and see in your state and country the legal status and the safest way for you to be able to partake in this if it speaks to you. But there's also that it really helps. Stuff comes forward. I've seen it time and time again with so many that things in their childhood that they just didn't even know was there, repressed, a lot of sexual abuse from people, a lot of emotional abuse, a lot of physical abuse, that happened that they didn't realize until they were able to really get beyond the conscious mind and into that subconscious. Programs that were running their life and derailing their life and creating a lot of suffering for them. So doing the work is always the way, and you'll get there. Don't ignore it. I think we've just covered off on several tips. Don't ignore it. Jump in on it, welcome it, and move through it, and use some tools and techniques, and put those tools in your toolbox with pride, because you'll need them again. And sometimes you'll need to offer them to others. And that's why it's so important on this awakening journey that we are building our toolbox, because there's a lot of other people that are going to need our tools. And we're going to be here and ready to serve because we've done the work and we know what the tools are and we know how to use the tools. So rest assured, there is so much coming for you to be in service to others.